tuned in to the Paige Perfect Review Show
on the CoyoteMan Show Network
with Paige Stout and her two co-hosts, Jay Najee and Ron.
Let's get started.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. Welcome to another week. We missed you guys last week. How's everyone doing?
I am fabulous.
This is our amazing guest, Coyote.
Oh.
How's it going?
Everything is good. I'm feeling good. I'm happy to be on the Paige Perfect Review Show. And let me tell the guests before you start, make sure y'all download the CoyoteMan Show Network app on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and your mobile apps. And if you want to contact these guys, you can contact them at page.review@gmail.com.
Oh, you forgot
Review show.
Yeah.
Review show. See, that's what you for. You got to have my back, Ron. That's what you for.
So
You
it's
always
the page,
have our back.
page.reviewshow
Come on.
at gmail.com.
See?
And if you send in some questions you might have, we would love to respond. And we're going to talk about a few things today that we would love to get your input on so that we can find out what America thinks. Because what you think is very important.
Sound good to me.
We're happy to have you on this side of the cameras.
I'm happy to be halved.
Well, let's hear about the show that you've been watching recently.
Oh,
The heist.
Oh, the heist. I love the heist, you know. It's like first they created this show across seas, right? I don't know exactly where, but I just know the cast is perfect. The storyline is perfect. They got everything in it that you could possibly want. They got action. They got sexy women. They got the mentality. The plot is like unbelievable, and you like cheering for them the whole way. And it's just awesome, man. I would tell anybody to go to Netflix and watch The Heist. You know,
I've seen the first couple seasons. I need to watch the last one. I haven't watched that yet.
Ooh, you gotta see that.
I need to watch it. I've been slacking.
You know how some people end their season and you'd be like, why they ended that way after we done been through all that?
Yeah.
Well, The Heist don't let you down. They ended the way they started it. You feel just as good about the ending. Now, a couple of people die.
That's throughout the whole thing, though, I feel like.
Yeah, a couple of people die that you ain't really want to die. But, you know, they had to be kind of like realistic. But it was wonderful. You know, I mean, the people that died, you could expect because it was kind of impulsive, but it's just wonderful, man. I was like, man, are they going to come out with another one? You know, because it really, the person that played the professor, it was just awesome.
That was a really cool character. Well,
Yeah.
when I watched that.
Yeah. Oh, and the matter of fact, being that you didn't watch the last one, you know how he's with, I forgot what her name is, the lady that he's with now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at first, she was the woman that was going against him.
Yeah.
Well, the woman they got coming after that, the pregnant lady that goes against him. Did you see her?
I think I did.
She's the villain of villain. I mean, she's not a villain. She's not really a villain. She's just hard. Like when you watching her, you like, yo, she hard.
Sweet, I need to watch it.
Yeah, you gotta watch. You gotta watch.
Next rainy day, that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm hoping we're done with those.
I know, that's hopefully we don't have
I've
any
had
others.
enough of these rainy days.
know.
They're ruining my little side job. I have a side job that the rain just affects it badly. So
Ron, when the rain affects your little side job, you go home with your wife and do a little side job.
oh my God. It's like Jay never left the building.
Yeah, he's sitting in his seat. Must be the seat.
That's it. It's the scene. It corrupts people.
Oh my goodness. There was what you said, how the heist is overseas. I was watching this new, well, I think it's a new series that's on Netflix called Dark Desire, and it's pretty interesting.
It's called what? Dark Desire?
She had me at Desire.
Dark Desire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can tell from watching it that it was definitely filmed somewhere else in another language, because when you're watching and listening to it, the words don't like And then
The mouths and the thing are not
yeah.
the same.
But then it's a really good. And then, but it's one thing I hate about it is when they show text messages, they don't have the little transformation or whatever, or the translation.
Yeah,
There you go. And I don't know what the text messages are saying. But
Oh man, okay.
that kind of sucks. But it's really good. It's about this lady and her husband, and the lady's best friend dies because this guy. Well, they think it's this guy, and then it ends up being somebody else that killed her best friend. And there's just a lot of secrets that are kind of thrown out there that are twist. Who cheats with who's sleeping with who. It's crazy. One of the guys that they meet one night, they think that he kills the best friend. But it's just a whole bunch of in and outs. And
Twists and turns.
Yeah. And then,
Action?
Yeah. There is some action.
Nudity?
Yep. Yeah, lots of nudity.
You had me at desire.
It's really good. I've been stuck on it since last weekend when I was stuck in the house on the rainy days. I was just stuck watching it. I'm almost on season 1 already.
Come on.
That's pretty cool. You know, I love those projects where you think you know the ending and it's not.
I know. I was watching the first couple episodes and I was like, how can this be going on for so long? And then when I get to like a certain episode, I'm like, there's a twist, and then 2 episodes later, there's another like ginormous twist, and it's crazy.
Come on.
Have you ever
It's really
seen the movie Primal Fear?
No.
Richard Gere plays.
Well, what year is it from?
Oh, I don't know. It's old. But Richard Gere plays a lawyer, and Ed Norton's a great actor.
Norton, pal, come here.
Saw him in the Fight Club, but he plays an altar boy who ends up. He's in the room when the bishop gets killed, and upon running away, the police catch him and put him in jail, and he's got blood all over him. And when Richard Gere comes into play, who ends up being his lawyer, Ed Norton is this. When he meets him, Ed Norton's this guy who's he's really frantic and he's not all together. Oh my God, my dad used to beat me, blah, 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 blah. And all this stuff goes on where he is, really distraught. And Richard Gere believes there's no way this innocent little kid could have killed the bishop. And then at one part in the movie, after you watch it and you're kind of believing what Richard Gere is believing, all of a sudden there's this one scene where he just flips on a dime and he becomes this psychotic person who actually attacks Richard Gere. And at that point, Richard Gere's like, wait, he's got a split personality brought on by his dad beating him so much. Blah, 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 blah. And then it goes to court, and there's a woman lawyer on the other side, and she's not going for any of this split personality thing. This is garbage. I think he's responsible for the murder of blah, 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 blah. And he's sitting there, and he's on the stand, and he's being this guy that you almost want to sympathize for. And then she comes up and she starts chastising him. And Richard Gere learned from when he got beat up, the more you chastise him, you bring out the other guy who's completely abusive. And all of a sudden he's sitting there like this, and he's looking like he's been really demoralized. And she makes a final comment, and she starts to walk away from him, and he goes, "Where you going, bitch?" And she turns around and says, "What did you say to me?" He goes, "Don't you?" And he jumps over the barricade there and grabs her and puts her in a neck hold and almost got to snap her neck. Police grab her, put him away. And at that point, they have decided he's two people. So they're not sending him to jail. He's going to a
psycho place,
a mental institution.
What year was this?
I have to look it up for you because I actually own it at home. And
on
VHS.
Yeah.
Primal Fear. Primal Fear. Now, wait till I tell you the ending.
1996. The
1996?
year I was born. Yep.
Okay. That's it right there. So, but.
Well, that's not too.
That's Richard Gere.
Oh, yeah, I did see the. I didn't see
It's on
that.
Hulu.
But the thing is,
we're at Brown's house.
At the very end, Richard Gere walks into the thing. And every time that he would flip out, what he'd do is he'd look at him and go, "And don't you remember what that done?" And he goes, "No, that's completely gone." And he forgets everything when he does the flip. when he flips back to being good, he forgets what happened when it was bad. And all of a sudden, he's sitting there in the jail cell, and he goes, "You are going to a mental institution. You're not going to jail." And he goes, "I just knew when you came into my cell, you were going to free me. I just knew it." And then Richard Gere starts to walk away, and he goes, "Could you," and Ms. Venable, that was the name of the female lawyer. He goes, "And could you do me a favor? Tell Ms. Venable I hope her neck's okay." And Richard Gere's walking down the hallway, and all of a sudden he comes to a dead stop, and he comes back, and he looks at him and goes, "Wait, you black out every time you flip over. How do you remember about her neck?" And then Norton looks at him like this and goes, "You know, I thought you had it all figured out, but you don't. And now I don't want to ruin your moment, you know, but I didn't know if you wanted to hear it from this guy." He invented a name over here for the guy who was all nice and beat up by his dad versus the psycho guy who he also gave a name. He goes, "I didn't know if you wanted to hear it from this person or this person. It doesn't matter. They're the same."
Right.
The psycho guy is the psycho guy.
Yeah.
And that's how the movie ended. And you know what? I never saw that
You
coming.
always know the ending.
Hey, Ron.
You always
Hey,
know
Ron,
the ending.
it's like, you know, Ron, I got to give you a compliment and an insult at the same time.
I killed the
You
ending.
can really break down a movie. But we're not going to watch this movie.
Right.
Because you can really
But the bottom
break
line
down a
is,
movie.
my hat's
I
off
just
to the
watched it.
writer, because when you can write something and I don't see the ending coming, because 98% of the time you watch a movie and you know what the ending is. You know before it ever gets there what the ending is. I love those movies that, wow, did not see that coming.
Well, boys and girls, when Ron starts telling you about the movie, you might have to step away from the screen if you plan on seeing it, because he's going to tell you.
Well, I figured if you haven't seen it by now, it's 24 years old. So
Now, let me ask you a
had me
question.
wanting to watch it, and then you just kept going and going and going and going.
I got a question for both of y'all. Did y'all see the last Terminator?
No, I have not.
Don't see it.
don't.
What?
Well,
Why?
it depends on
Did you fall
how.
asleep during
It
it, or
depends
did
on.
you-
No, it's not that. It's not that it's not action and stuff like that, but it's a little depressing. See, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
He's a Terminator, but he has a beer belly at this point, and I don't know how the Terminators get beer bellies, right? Then he also has a family, right? He's with. I guess it's his stage wife and everything, but this Terminator then got nice because, you know, raising kids now. The Terminator slapped old Sarah Connor across the whole highway, and she was still alive, you know what I'm saying? And she said something tough. I can't remember what the tough thing she said, but it didn't look tough, right? So I forgot what we was calling it. Old Train. We was calling it Old Traininator. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think that when we lose that last, like, we got to know when to let it go. You know, we got to know. Because the next thing, they would not be able to do another Terminator if they used those actors without rolling them out in the wheelchair. Sarah Connor going to come out with a machine gun in the wheelchair, and there go Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was just, I don't know. It just took something away from me, because I was expecting, with all this technology,
Arnold.
I figured they would,
Yeah.
you know, and I figured he would just go to the gym or something. I didn't know I was going to see, you know, a couple ribs in the stomach. His stomach was out. I said, "There's no way for a Terminator to gain weight."
For some movies, aren't they like supposed to be like? Don't they have to be a certain size in order for them to?
I just
Be a
ain't think the
Terminator?
I guess
Terminator
maybe that-
aged.
Well,
you know,
Well, then,
You
like
know-
you said, isn't there like you gotta get in shape?
you're supposed to get in shape.
Hey, they did say COVID did ruin a few people.
Okay, yeah, that was pre-COVID though.
Well, I think we're breaking away for a commercial. When we come back, you're going to tell us about a movie. Oh, you already told us about yours, right?
No, I watched a movie too, but
All right,
we'll
let's
talk about that
go
when
to
we
your
get
movie
back.
when we come back.
You're tuned in to the Paige Perfect Review Show
On the Coyote Man Show Network.
with Paige Stout and her two co-hosts, Jay Najee and Ron.
Let's get started.
We must secure our families. KFG Life Insurance Specialist is a company that partnered with 15 of the top life insurance companies to ensure you get the best pricing, knowledge, and products to suit your family needs. Some people believe that term insurance is better than whole life insurance, while others feel the complete opposite. Some may feel like universal life is the way to go, and others may feel it's better to have a whole life policy. The truth is, neither of the products are better. One just may be more suitable for your family. Our life insurance specialists are not biased, as they are partnered with several life insurance companies. This ensures our clients get the best pricing, education, and products that are suitable for their families. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist make these decisions easier for you and your family. Our office is located at Security Square Mall, next to Burlington, in the CoyoteMan Show Network. Please call to make an appointment at 443-400-5224 or go to www.lifeinsurancespecialist.org. That's www.lifeinsurancespecialist.org. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist help you prepare your family in the present, because the future is not promised. Act now.
You're tuned in to the Paige Perfect Review Show
On the CoyoteMan Show Network.
with Paige Stout and her two co-hosts, Jay Najee and Ron.
Let's get started.
Welcome back. So, before we talk about the movie I watched, we were just talking about something on break, and let's hear this, because we had to hold this conversation.
Okay, well, normally I don't go to the movies by myself, right? That's just the thing. I can count on my fingers how many times probably out of the 10 times, I have never been to the movies over 10 times without my mom, right? But I never go to the movies by myself. But
I don't think I've ever done it.
one time I decided I was going to be a big boy. And for some reason, I was going through something. I said, I'm going to go to the movies by myself. Well, boys and girls, there's a reason why I don't go to the movies by myself. But I'll tell you the story. So I get to the movies kind of good and everything, but it's packed. There's a packed movie in there. I sit somewhere like in the middle. I don't like sitting all in the back, especially if it's packed. I like to sit directly in the middle. So I sat directly in the middle. I got my little cheese pizza. I got me an orange soda. I sat it right next to me. And then this real big, buff, wrestler, muscle-bound dude came and sat right next to me, right?
So your date for the night.
And I gotta add, just like y'all, he was white. Now, it's a reason why I'm telling you this, right? So I'm sitting down, so I drink on my soda, and he looks at me. So I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know you big and everything. I'm thinking in my mind, I was like, but I'm not impressed with this, right? So we going through the movie a little bit. I start laughing and everything. He look at me, right? I say, okay, you know what I'm saying? Drink a little bit of my soda some more. He looking at me. I'm like, man, don't let the one time that I go to the movies by myself for you don't have to take on this A-whipping, because I'm going to give it, right? So I start drinking my soda again, and you know how you get down to the ice, right?
Yeah.
So when I start getting down and I start drinking, I guess it was like too loud for him. He's going to stand up. He's going to stand up. And I'm like, oh, it's like this. Right? It's like this. Is he thinking, we're in the movie, right? He thinking because he's big, right? That I'm not going to break him down. Like, I'm thinking I'm going to hit him in the knee. I'm thinking about all the moves I'm going to do, right? I'm like, I'm about to break this man down. He racist. He just don't want a black man to drink some soda, right? So So I start, you know how you get to the end, you go, I start doing that just on purpose. like that. He can, I'm like, he get mad like the Credible Hulk. I'm like, I'm about to beat you. I'm like, get myself all pumped up. So I jump up, I jump up, get into my move, and then I look to the right and realize that I put my soda on the other side. And I've been drinking his soda, right? So I'm the type of person that if I'm right, I'm strong. I'll fight you and everything. But when I saw that soda on the other side, I was like, please don't hurt me. I went all the way down. I was so terrified because all the martial art moves and stuff that I was thinking in my mind, I forgot them because I was wrong. I didn't not only drunk this man's soda, I done got in his face and I done sucked on the ice and all that stuff. And I was like, sir, you can have my soda over here. He was not impressed. He was still going, arr, arr, arr. And I realized it wasn't that he was racist. It was that I was drinking his $5.95 soda, right? So I let him leave. I must have stayed an extra hour or something in the movies because I was peeking around corners and all that stuff. Everything. Hey, y'all seen the guy? He was like looking like this and that when he wasn't too happy with me. Sir, do you need help? Yeah, I need security to take me to my car. I don't feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I'm upset. I'm driving down the highway. I'm seeing cars flash their lights and stuff like that. And I'm like, but I'm thinking in my mind, you know, I normally be watching for the police, but I'm watching for this dude, right? So I'm like, oh man. So I realized the reason that I don't go to the movies by myself. But he wasn't racist, right?
You know what's funny? That's primal fear because I did not anticipate that ending.
Oh, shoot. It could have ended worse. Trust me. It could have ended worse.
I did not see that ending coming.
Shoot. See, and trust me, you know, I like a happy ending, but it wasn't.
No, not if you drank his soda. I'm thinking not.
Did you have to buy him a new one, or did?
Well, I tried to give him mine, but he just wasn't feeling it, you know? And it's like, he stormed out of the movies, right? Because he was sweating. And I think he was just thinking in his mind, I'm going to kill him and I don't really want to go to jail. So he made a decision on his jail because he definitely had the wrestler WWE capacity to break me down. And all my little Jet Li stuff that I thought I was going to do just dwindled down to Hermit the Mouse, you know what I'm saying? After I realized I've been not just drinking this man's soda, not just accusing him of being racist in my mind, I'm gonna be in his face like, yeah, come on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pumping myself up to be ready to fight this man until I seen my soda. Full. And my hands was shaking like this when I took my soda and try to give him my soda. My hands was shaking like this to give him my soda. But it's like, no. I felt bad. And look, he thought I was the racist one. Because I'm going to sit here and drink his soda.
You're chastising him by continuing to drink it.
In his face. Not just that, you know the end of the end of the cup noise. Because I be trying to get that last piece of soda out of there. But this time, it was a little bit. I haven't been to the movies by myself since then.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah,
You know what? You know why I don't go to the movies by myself?
Well,
there's nobody to wake me up.
Oh, Lord. That's terrible.
The only way I can stay awake is to keep drinking my soda because at some point I've got to get up and go to the men's room. So I'm awake.
I don't do it.
Otherwise, I'm going to sleep.
Do y'all just sleep? Do you just sleep because it's nighttime when you watch the movie? Because if it's nighttime, I have trouble with nighttime.
Yeah, and it's so dark in the theater unless there's interesting conversation around me. My wife will tell you if I am not doing something else while I'm watching TV, I'm out. I'm gone. If I just sit down and start watching a show, you can go like this in front of me all you want. I'm not there.
Is that nighttime or that's period?
Period. I am one of those people. If I'm not,
get some vitamin D.
I have plenty of that at home. But the problem is, like I said, what I do is I love to write. And my wife will tell you, all I do is I sit there and watch TV and I'm writing something. TV and I'm writing something. She used to think that I was writing the show that I was watching, but no, I just like to write. It keeps me awake. But if I stop writing, I'm asleep.
Are you taking vitamins?
I take vitamins every day. Vitamins, I run, I play
Viagra
tennis,
don't count,
racquetball.
but it keeps you up.
What?
Viagra.
Never taken that.
Okay, you need something to.
I'm Italian. We don't need that.
Oh, okay. So you're knocking it down. So you're knocking it down, knocking old Jan down. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. But definitely, you wanna stay awake. I can't stay awake if it's nighttime.
Right.
No matter what, I done got some of the best sleeps in the movie theater. But then I wake up every now and then like, oh, buddy, whoop, I saw a booby. But other than that,
You know when I get my best sleep? When I'm driving at night. That's when I get my best sleep. If I'm driving and there's nobody else on the road and it's just dark and I'm just going and there's nothing changing my pace, trust me, sometimes I'll leave one city and I'll enter another and I don't remember anything between because I'm out. I'm gone.
Never ride in the car.
yeah.
I'm gone.
Well, Ron, I gotta say that I'm with you with that a little bit. One time I was driving a friend of mine and we're driving in the car and he said, I don't understand you. We was coming back from a movie shoot. He said, I watched you. He said, we done traveled through a couple of states and you've been asleep. He said, you slow down before you hit the trucks. You speed back up. He said, I just want to let you know, I am not impressed.
The way to know when I'm asleep, when I'm driving, my foot comes off the pedal, so my car slows down. And then one time I was driving me and my brother were down in Upper Marlboro, and we were coming up Route 5, and we were coming back home. And I'm coming up, and all of a sudden my brother goes like this, he's sitting on this side of me because I'm driving. And he goes, and I go, what? He goes, wake up. And I go, what makes you think I'm sleeping? He goes, because the jogger next to us is asking directions.
My mother always said I keep my mouth open when I'm going to sleep. So when I start going to sleep, I start going. She was like, you do that like actually you think by having your mouth open, it's going to actually keep you awake. So, but see how I know that it has been too far, like I have drove too many Uber rides or whatever, is that I start seeing like big elephants and crap just walk in the middle of the street, or I'll see something ridiculous. And then when I start singing, if you're in a car with me and I start singing church songs for no reason, like especially when we all get to I know that we're about to get out of here, you know what I'm saying? We on the way to the sweet by and by. Yep. So I have learned that when I feel a little sleepy, just a little sleepy, go to the, because do you know that you can get almost to your house? I'm not saying this, I ain't the one to tore the thing off, but you can almost get to your front door and have an accident before you get to your front door.
They say over 80% of accidents, over 80% happen within a mile of your home, because when you're driving, you're so intense on where you're going. And then once you get within that last mile, all your sonars go off because you're almost there. And then next thing you know, crash, you smash into something or somebody or whatever. Why? Because now your alertness has went away because you're so close to home. Now your brain is already in the house.
If you want to crash, drive with Sonji. Because if Sonji sees something, she's not going to be like, hey, blah, blah, blah. She's going to be like, ah! I'm like, ah! I do everything in my power.
That's like driving with my wife. I had the greatest experience. I drove with Paige once, right? I don't know how she does it, but Paige can go down the road and she goes at a perfect speed that there's like this much space in between the two cars and Paige can go right through. She can go like this all the way down the road and not nick a car. And I've never seen.
You go in and out like that, Paige?
That girl.
I don't.
That girl.
Don't do it.
I've never seen anybody
He's
drive.
making it up.
No, this girl
reckless
drives
driving.
excellent.
I wouldn't say that's excellent unless she's a race car driver.
That's
I
what
don't swerve in and out.
Maria Andretti.
Excellent for the movies.
Yes.
nuts.
She is.
I'm traumatized. Once I saw a car flip in the air, I stopped going in and out of lanes like that.
Oh, so you was an in and outer.
No, not really. But ever since I saw a car literally flip in the air in front of me,
I seen a guy flip in the air in front of me. Like, I mean, he died on impact, but he was driving and he was going in and out with his motorcycle, and then this car came to turn like this, and he flew up in the air on Liberty Heights Road, landed right in front of the Dunkin' Donuts on his head.
Oh no!
And he was announced dead on arrival.
The only thing I've ever seen that was traumatizing, my mom, who can't drive for shit. My mom, she was, my dad and I were at home, but my mom had come up. She was coming from Bowie, going down 197, and she was coming up to that point where you're passing the Harley Davidson, and it goes uphill, and then when you go over the hill, there's a light just on the other side. Well, when she went flying up that hill to go down the other side, it was a red light with a truck. My mom went over so fast, she beautifully went underneath the truck and was under it like this. By the time they called me and my dad and we got there, they had to get a tow truck to pull the truck off the top of her car because she was so perfectly skidded under. And it became a convertible because it took off the entire top.
But she was okay?
And all my mom got out of it was a little split in her lower lip. And it was funny to watch my dad because my dad was so livid and he was upset. And my mom thought it was because she had gotten hurt. He said, "How could you cause that much damage to my car and you just got a little split in your lip?" That was traumatizing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't play with the car stuff.
Oh, the other day I saw a car on fire. I was driving to go get Chick-fil-A, and then all of a sudden I look up and there's a bunch of flames, and I just see a car in the parking lot on fire.
Did you go and save him, Paige?
No, there was actually no ambulance or anything there yet. Or no, nobody was there yet. And then I was in the Chick-fil-A line waiting, and then next thing you know, I just see all the ambulance and the fire trucks flying past. So then when I went to leave, I made sure I went that way. And
Maybe he was just trying to heat up his chicken.
No, he was standing across the parking lot. I saw him.
Oh, so he was out the car.
Well, I'm hoping it was him that was across the street.
Okay, you was just doing
So
a
I'm
lot,
just like-
assuming to make yourself
I'm just
feel
really,
better.
considering that when I saw a couple dead bodies on the road a couple months ago,
Mm.
I was just hoping that it was that person standing outside the car.
I got you. You had high hopes. You was
did.
hoping that
did.
possibly, damn.
I was hoping for the best. The car was messed up, but it didn't look like when I drove back past that there was anybody in it. But they could have been ashes at that point. But
Yeah. Yeah.
that's okay.
You know, Coyote, the other day I saw a buddy of mine. He was walking down the road like this. And I said, "What are you doing?" He showed me his pet frog. I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm taking it down to the zoo." And I said, "That's a great idea. Let him go." But I saw him this morning again, walking down the road like this. And he showed me his pet frog. I said, "I thought you took it to the zoo." He said, "Yeah, but today I'm taking him to the movies."
Ron jokes.
Ron jokes. So where's Jay anyway?
Oh, we don't know.
He's working.
I don't think Jay knows where Jay is.
He's working.
He's working?
That's what he said.
Is he still stripping?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay.
I hope not. I thought he wanted to make money. So,
I don't think Jay's
I
gonna
went out of
appreciate
town on a
that,
business
bro.
trip.
Oh, I really think he's gonna like that joke.
He's gonna come back next week and have something
die.
for you.
He's gonna talk about the Superman swoop when he come back.
Good.
He's gonna talk about
The,
the
Oh, it's back! It's back.
It is back. I brought it back. I went on a business trip, me and my secretary, and we got to the hotel really late. And they said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we gave away your 2 rooms. We didn't think you were coming. You're so late. We got 1 room upstairs. We could put 2 beds in it." Well, that's what you got to do. So they put the 2 beds in. And we got up there. We climbed in the bed. We're going to go to sleep because it was getting late. And the window was open. And she looked over at me and she goes, "My God, the window's open and it's cold." I said, "Do you want to pretend you're my wife tonight?" And she goes, "Yeah, let's do that." I said, "Good. Go close the damn window."
That's it.
Oh my god.
Hey, let me see. Here go one. Let me tell a clean joke because we're on the net one, right?
Do
What
that.
time is
All
it?
right.
We gotta check the time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Superman wanted to fly around and get some, you know what, right? So he's flying around, and he sees Wonder Woman laying on the beach, butt naked. And he says, with my super speed, I could fly down there and get her real quick and get back up without her knowing. So he flew down there, boom, super speed, got back up without her knowing. And Wonder Woman said, what was that? And the Invisible Man said, I don't know, but my ass sure hurt.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, I saw an interview on the Whoopi Goldberg show. She was talking to Janet Jackson, and she told the whole world how Michael Jackson invented the moonwalk. The very first time he did it, he accidentally stepped on a pile of shit and was trying to get it off his shit.
Oh my God.
So Paige, tell us a joke. We ain't had no jokes from you. We know you got a joke.
I don't. I'm not a funny person.
You're pretty funny. I think
I'm not like
you know,
I don't know.
Well, I give her credit. You know, I've known Paige for some time now. And
Years.
you know what? I've met a lot of people in my lifetime. And where I really started thinking about Paige, because I think Paige is absolutely gorgeous.
Come on.
And I was watching a show the other day, and it was one of those old channels, and they were talking about who are the 10 sexiest women of television of all time. Of all time. And I'm thinking, if they continue to do this show, someday when Paige reaches that pedestal of entertainment woman per capita, she's going to be one of these top 10 girls. And
I hope so.
I was really disappointed because the person I thought should have been number one wasn't even in the top 10. And that was Linda Carter, who played Wonder Woman. Who on earth could be better looking than the woman who, a year before she was Wonder Woman, was Miss Universe? Yet she didn't even place in the top 10. I was really disappointed with that.
Oh, I saw something today. A girl that's from Ocean City, she was crowned, I think it was Miss Maryland today or
Is
something.
that right?
Yeah.
I have to look that up. But yeah, you're probably right, because it's that
saw
time
it
of
today.
year.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, we used to have a Miss Maryland on our Coyote Man show.
Really?
Yeah, matter of fact, she's a Facebook friend of mine. Yeah, we used to have a.
That's not something I would have said right in front of my wife.
Yeah, 22-year-old is Miss America.
That's
Miss
awesome.
Maryland, USA of the 70th edition.
I have to reach out to her and tell her to come join our show
Yeah.
for one episode to get her
As
viewpoints
of
on
today, she got
the
it today.
difference between, you know, when you get that title, people just, a lot of times, men, I won't say women, but men just assume you're beautiful but stupid.
Oh, good, great.
Well,
Can I not be placed in that? Because I don't think just because a woman is beautiful, I think she's stupid.
Unfortunately, I grew up in New York, and most of them that are beautiful in New York are usually dumb as brick.
Oh, the views are wrong. It's not necessary.
So, right. Well, you know what? We're going to wind this down, and we gave you a email address at the beginning of this show, and what we would love to get is you responding to not only this show but other shows, and give us some of your viewpoints. Tell us something you would love to hear Paige and I talk about, because we would love to hear what you think. And with that said, remember, the future of tomorrow are our children of today.
Come on.
Thanks for coming out.
Perfect Review Show.